Good
Hello, everybody.
evening. Good evening if you're watching from LA. Good morning if you're watching from Manila, New Zealand.
Yeah,
Welcome to another episode of the Bigote Brothers podcast.
the brothers are back,
Yes, sir. What's up?
and we got to talk about this. I'm still sad about this. Okay, I
Oh,
gotta say, uh, where were you when that Bulls game was going on?
luckily I wasn't watching. So, but actually I got I mean, I first saw the results. I'm like, okay, we lost by two again to the Bulls, who blew us out in Staples. And
Oh,
now they come to Chicago and lose by two, and then it was actually my coworker, our school's PE teacher and athletic director who told me about what happened. So I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
it's just the weirdest thing. I gotta say,
Yeah.
I was I was watching the game really. I
Uh,
was So I was in the parking lot of my daughter's dance school, right?
uh,
I was waiting to pick her up, and then I was just watching the game through my phone, right? And
mm,
then I saw that they were kind of up big. This was
yeah. Hmm.
fourth quarter. I was like, this is over. It's like 1 minute left.
Yeah.
They were up big, and then it's an easy win, right? They're gonna move up the
Yeah.
standings.
Yeah.
They can catch Denver or whatnot because this game that's going on right now with Memphis is pretty big. Considering seeding, it concerns a lot of
Yeah.
seeding, right?
Yep.
So I was kind of thinking, okay, it's easy money. They're gonna take this down, and they're gonna have their revenge against the Bulls. Which
Uh,
that was a horrible loss at home, by the way.
oh
They
yeah.
were just so lazy, and they
So
let the Bulls get
lackluster.
anything
Yeah.
they wanted.
Mm.
And so yeah, and then I went on Facebook after the game and said, the Bulls came back, and I was like, what? What? Really? How did that happen? So I went and looked at highlights,
Yeah.
and apparently, let's just let's just let's just share my sadness on this, and let's watch it together. How about that? Let's do that.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up. So
Yep.
this is probably one of the worst things that I've ever seen as far as being a
One of the
Laker fan is
biggest,
concerned.
one of the biggest defensive breakdowns. You know, and I'm sorry to say this, but you know those disclaimers when you watch when you're watching the news. So what you're about to see might be a little too, might
It's,
be a little too graphic for your.
I mean, it needs some parental guidance for this one, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
This
run it through.
kids, this
So
is not the way to play defense.
this is one of the worst things you're gonna see as a basketball fan. Okay, so
Hmm.
let's just watch the thing. So it's basically 40-second clip.
Yeah.
Lakers are up. Let's set the stage, right? So
Yeah.
the Lakers are up 5 points here, as you can see. There's
5 points with
13
12
seconds
seconds
left,
left. Yeah.
right? 12.6. They have a
Yep.
timeout. Both of them are in the penalty, and both have the ball. Looks like they're inbounding from the
The
top
side.
here on the
Yeah.
side. And yeah, let's just play it and break it down. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, here we go. Oh wait, there's no sound. Okay, try it again. Let's go.
Yeah.
Look at that. Okay, run a play. They get
Gosh.
Williams corner three. Fine.
Let's see.
Down
Yeah.
two. Then look at oh.
And they get the steal. Oh my
Kobe
god.
White for the three, and he gets him up one. And now this was a nice play, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, get AR open, and then this
Yeah.
is it. I mean, look at this. Look at this.
No
Josh
one
Key from
is.
the
No
logo half
one
court.
is.
It's straight into, man. It was they won. They got this game, and it's just a horrible sight if you're a Lakers fan. Let's try to break it down as much as we can, right? So we got Giddy the inbounder, Lucas on him. Looks like okay. So Williams is gonna slip a screen. Who's this guy? Is that Bazelis?
That is Matas Buzelis. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So he flares to the wing, and you got Finney Smith, and I believe this is Vando.
There's Vando. Yep.
I don't know why they double teamed him in the first place, right? This is pre-inbound, by the way.
Right.
They could have done a switch there, but fine. Okay. And then you got a screen to Kobe White from Vucevic. Kind of frees him up a little bit now. Finn Smith rotates to. Well, they're both Finney Doe and AR essentially are rotating to Finney Smith to Kobe White, which leaves LeBron.
Actually,
yeah. So this is Vooch right here.
But I mean, I wish I had like a pen and stuff. But look at LeBron. Look at where
LeBron is essentially ball watching here, right?
Ball watching.
He doesn't know that. I don't know if he even knows Williams is here in the corner, right? And so you got two on Kobe White. There should have been some communication here. And Vucevic is essentially wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Reeves recognizes that Vuce is open. LeBron doesn't really see Austin Reeves, maybe. So he could have been at least not ball watching here. But, they make the pass to Vucevic.
If you're playing even like, rewind it a little bit, like you know how like when they what they teach you when coaching basketball is you should have an eye on Patrick Williams and the ball. So even then, LeBron should be I don't know, he shouldn't be facing the inbounder.
Yep.
Because the rule
His
is
back should have been towards the baseline, right?
Yeah, you should be between the man and the ball.
Yep.
So you should see both. So yeah.
So LeBron is essentially back to his back is essentially to the sideline here, and to Pat Williams. He's fully committed to the ball, and his reactions essentially say that as well because he doesn't really care that Patrick Williams is wide open on the short corner. So when they make, and again, take note they haven't made the pass yet here. So this is where the pass gets triggered.
Right.
It goes to Vucevic. LeBron notices that AR is rotating.
The recognition of Vucevic, like as soon as he gets the ball, he
knows.
He knows.
Yeah, look at him.
Open.
I don't think he already turns before. See, before he gets it.
Yeah.
The moment he knows, the moment he caught it, he knows that Williams is in the corner. LeBron is essentially committed to Vucevic here. Didn't notice that AR was rotating.
Right.
There you go. That's it. That's an open three right there.
Wide open.
It's either he gets the open three, or he gets inside the paint here with a pump fake, but he just takes a three. And I mean, it's a decent contest by LeBron, but
too late.
Shouldn't have left him in the first place.
Yeah.
See, it's a pretty nice shot. But here's the biggest thing about this sequence really. So you're up to less than 10 seconds to go. You have a timeout.
Right.
You're in the pit. Everyone's in the penalty. Yeah. Basically, what you just get the ball in, they're gonna foul 100%, and you can ice the game with free throws. That's essentially what the players are, right? And you really would trust LeBron in this situation because obviously he's one of the best IQ players in the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this is the most disappointing bit for me, and I think this is what's been talked about too in the media really after the game, right? So if you play it, you got Giddey on him. Giddey's I believe 6'8", 6'9" with a long wingspan. Yeah. And I don't see any. Well, you can. I don't know if you want to go flip it to Vando here or Finney Smith. You want to lob it a little bit. That might be a little tricky to do. But Braun decides to do a lazy bounce pass. Really, he tried to lead Reeves.
At least put some, at least just put some effort in the, in getting the ball to to someone who would catch it, because you know that all with 9 seconds and you're up 2, that they're gonna foul.
Exactly right. You just need to get.
It reminds me of that Reggie Miller sequence.
Oh, against the Knicks.
But that one though, he was forced into a bad pass. This one is just sloppy.
This was just sloppy play. I think I don't know what's going on with LeBron, what he was thinking. But this was obviously a very, very horrible pass. And, it was Giddy was able to pick this
Yeah,
up quick. Look at
yeah.
that. Boom. Just one step. That's it. And here's the thing. Obviously, there's a breakdown. You got 4-on-3 here for the Bulls. And
Mm-hmm.
Vando and Finney Smith already down court with Vucevic. So yeah, this was a scramble situation,
Mm-hmm.
and you see, is this Buzelis or Herder? I'm not sure. Pointing to Kobe
Uh,
White was essentially by himself
yeah,
on the wing. If you play it, AR again trying to rotate as best as
it's
he
a
can, but you're
it's a
essentially lost here.
it's a catch
He
and
could pass it back
shoot.
to Williams for the
Yeah,
three, but he takes it himself, and look at that. It's just a beautiful shot.
yeah,
Splash. And that was it. They were down. They take the timeout, down one, and this is pretty. And this is what we were missing last year with Darvin Ham, I
yeah.
believe, is the after timeout, the ATOs.
ATOs.
This is
Yeah.
this is a very nice play here.
Mm-hmm.
So they're setting up Braun coming up. Maybe they're expecting Braun to get the ball,
Yeah.
but what happens is that AR essentially
Get off
slips
the
the
read.
screen
Yep.
that they thought they were going to sit for him. Boom. Goes quick.
Yeah.
There's no one down there, and this is a tough finish
Yeah.
by Reeves.
What a finish. Yeah.
He's been amazing this year,
Yeah.
and I hope he's a Laker for life.
Yep.
And last play is just, I mean, I can't blame LeBron for this one, man. I know it's like, I know the first instinct is to do that, but this is just, look, he had so much space between him. I don't expect Braun to just. I don't want him to foul. Really, is
You don't want to
what I
foul a
was-
jump shooter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Right. It was if you
Yeah.
crowd him, you might foul him. So I guess I
fish.
understand why he
You
kind
like
of
fish.
stepped back on this one,
Yeah.
give him essentially an open
Yeah.
shot to win it. But Giddy just made a great shot. That was it, man. I mean,
Wow.
if I was a Bulls fan in there, I'd be really happy too. I
Oh,
get
yeah.
it.
Of course.
I get it. It's just
Yeah.
it's just it is what it is. It's yeah.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to say actually is the thing that the Braun closeout of Williams is not an isolated incident.
It's not.
Okay, I'll show you one more thing. I got one more.
It's not.
I got one more for show and tell today.
Yeah.
So this is a play from
2 years ago.
2 years ago when they still had Russell Westbrook
Mhm.
on the team. So Andrew Nemhard from the Pacers essentially drilled this. If you look
Yeah.
at it. So let's start from the top. So they run a play, they curl, okay, flip it. Miles Turner for the open three. I think
Yeah.
that's for us. Try to close out. This was a great shot, by the way. Just didn't go. It was short. Obviously,
Nope.
long shot, long rebound.
Uh-huh.
Got tapped around, and you got a scramble situation going. Goes back to, I believe that's Halliburton. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Tyrese.
Tyrese. Yep.
Again, no defensive communication here at the end of games, and this is 2 years ago, by the way. So
Right.
this is still happening today, as you just saw.
Yep.
So now you have two on the ball here. I don't know where AR is going with this one, but Dennis essentially has Halliburton and Russ again ball watching, which is a Russ
Yep.
thing. Miles Turner there open. You got two on the ball collapsing. AD is there to cover the shooter and this guy. But take note, they're up two, so just don't give up a three, and you should be all right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the idea here, and usual suspect LeBron ball watching. You had the added complication of Westbrook ball watching again, which
Westbrook
is
ball watching. Yeah.
that's his tendency. So we
Yeah.
already know that.
Yeah.
But LeBron is also caught doing the same thing, really. Look at this. So Halliburton drives, collapses the defense. Ball watching. And that's it. It's too late. You can't close that.
No.
There's no way for you to close that. LeBron is as good as LeBron is. He's way inside the paint. Nembhard is just too wide open.
Yeah.
And that was
Ah,
a good contest, by the way. He still got there.
still got there.
But, you couldn't have run him to the line anyway. He was going to pop
Yeah.
forever. So, yeah, it's not an isolated incident. I think
I won't be surprised
there-
if the Bulls actually, watch tape of that, that sequence.
But I mean, they gotta know that LeBron isn't really at least these last games that he's come back, right? He hasn't
Mhm.
been himself really. So
No. Yeah.
if we have a look at the Lakers and what their schedule was when LeBron came back, I believe they came back around the Magic game, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm. Yeah.
So oh wait, no, they went back. They got back with that Bulls game. That's right. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
So they all came back against that. I remember the hype around that game.
Right.
LeBron back, Rui back. They went against the Bulls at home and lost by 31 points.
Right.
They lost by 31 points. The Bulls couldn't miss,
Yeah.
right? So that was a
Yeah.
wash, fine. But then they
Yep.
lost against the Magic at
Yeah.
home.
A game we they should have won.
They should have won both games. They
Yeah.
should have won both games. And then if it weren't for that LeBron tip in, and again, LeBron played horribly that game. That was,
Yep.
I believe, LeBron was struggling to get to 10 points that game.
Hmm.
His streak was almost broken, right?
Yeah.
And sure, he was able to get to double digits, but it wasn't pretty at all, right?
Yeah.
And they had to rely on him tipping that ball, which is great in itself, to win that game against the Pacers, but then
Hmm.
ended up doing that horrible job against the Bulls the next day. So as we stand, the Lakers are still fourth in the Western Conference.
Right.
You have a game against the Grizzlies right
Right
now,
now.
which they are, I believe, up by
They're up
five
by
with 4 minutes to
5.
go.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago. Yep.
So Rui Hachimura is back. LeBron is actually playing
Yeah.
very well, decent today, I guess.
Yeah.
Luca is alright. Gabe Vincent playing
Mhm.
very well. Dorian Finney-Smith playing very well.
Yeah. Hmm.
And that's why they're up. That's why they're up. Really, their offense is what's carrying them right now.
Yeah.
I think what happened with those games is that they just. I don't know if they're tired. I don't know if it's a sustainable model that they're doing with
Mhm.
regards to the defense because they're really missing a big man.
Yeah.
So they've been really horrible, and it shows. So right
Yeah.
now they're
Mhm.
struggling to keep that fourth spot.
44 and 29. Tied
Yep,
with
44.
Memphis, so this is a must win. This game is a must win.
Exactly. So they
Yeah.
have the Rockets next too. So
Yeah.
if they win both games, then that essentially helps them out, and they don't want to end up in the play-ins right now.
Yeah.
So you have the Clippers, Warriors, Wolves, and Kings there. I don't
Mhm.
feel like the Clippers are a good matchup for them right now with the way
Uh-huh.
Kawhi's playing,
Yeah.
and the Warriors are
Warriors are.
they're gonna be
yeah.
the Warriors, man.
Mhm.
As long as you have Steph Curry, you have a chance to win.
Yep.
So I don't want to end up in the playing situation where
No. Yeah.
you essentially if you lose twice, you're done. Really,
Yeah.
and I mean, right now this is their best chance to secure home court for at least the first round.
Right.
So they really have to win this.
Yeah.
I agree. It's definitely a
This is a
must-win
must-win, yeah.
situation for them. So, what do we think is going to happen next now?
Let's see what. I mean, all right. Let's check their. Okay, they're up.
So they got so they have the Rockets on
Yeah.
Monday.
Right.
They have 3 days rest. They're gonna play the Warriors, I believe I think it's a home game. They play the Warriors.
The Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a back to back with the Pelicans,
Yeah.
which and then they go play the Thunder.
Uh huh.
They play the Thunder twice
Yep.
on Sunday and Tuesday, which then segues
Right.
into this is probably the game
The
that's gonna
yeah.
be scary because they're gonna have to go to Dallas and
Right.
play the Mavericks.
Yep.
AD's back.
Yep.
AD's back, and obviously Lucas first time back. I expect a little bit of rust in there.
Yep.
And they play the Rockets again,
Again, and then Portland.
and then Portland.
So,
So,
1, 2,
you
3,
got
4, 5, 6,
8 games
7,
left
8
after this.
Games left.
So right now they're leading 120, 117, 3 minutes to go, 3.5 minutes to go in the fourth. I don't really want to call this game yet. I think it's still a very close game.
Oh, it's
They
really
can
close.
essentially
Yeah.
lose this.
Yeah.
So 8 games left. What's gonna happen?
Whew.
You still got, I believe, 2
worst-
back-to-backs after this.
Yeah, worst case scenario. Wow, man, I didn't think I was gonna say this 2 weeks ago. Like, worst case scenario is play-in.
Yep.
Wow.
So they've essentially qualified for the postseason, right? So it's
They have,
essentially,
yeah.
are they gonna qualify outright, right? Or are
Or
they gonna be in the
they're
play-in?
gonna have to
So
be in the play-in. So yeah.
there's still that. Yeah,
Uh,
you think there's still a possibility that they go to the play-in?
well, let's check the standings. In the West. So, say, I mean, Minnesota is number 8, Golden State number 7, Clippers number 6. I mean, Clippers, Kawhi Leonard's, like you mentioned, Kawhi Leonard's been playing great. Warriors always have a chance, always have a shooting chance when when you have Steph Curry there. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just the distance between 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is just really close. Like,
Three,
really,
actually. If you got to include the Nuggets in there, they're 28
Nuggets, yeah,
losses.
yeah,
So let's frame this into perspective. Yeah, Nuggets have 28 losses. Lakers
hmm
and Grizzlies have 29.
29,
Then
yeah.
you have the Clippers and Warriors at 31,
Uh huh.
and the Wolves at 32. So that's essentially 3 to 8 right there,
Yeah,
separated by 4 losses with 8
yeah.
games to go.
Woo.
There's still a lot of movement there, and if we
Right,
just look at the sixth spot, there's only 3 games that separate number 3 from number 6.
right. So best case scenario would be third seed. Worst, your floor is a play-in, and your ceiling is number 3.
I honestly think that
Yeah.
the Rockets could still fall. To be honest, so the Rockets still play. Obviously, they play the Lakers twice, which is huge.
Mhm.
They play the Thunder, but we
Rockets can
don't know
still
if the Thunder.
fall. Yeah, but among all these teams, among number, like, except for the Thunder, between number 2 and number 8, the Rockets have the best record in the last 10 games. They're 9-1.
Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, it's they can fall. Yeah, but we they've been on fire lately.
yeah.
Yep.
I also think that I mean they're playing the Thunder, but the
Mhm.
Thunder by that time might not really care too much, given that they essentially
Mhm.
locked in
Even-
the first spot.
Yeah. Mhm.
Then you got they still play the Nuggets and the Clippers.
Right.
Their last games, I think 5 or 6 of their last 8 essentially are against teams that are still fighting for playoff spots. So there
Right.
still can be movement here.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of can they sustain what they're doing.
Hmm.
Because if you look at the Clippers, they have an easier schedule than everybody
Right.
else.
Yeah.
The Warriors aren't really too hard either. So Warriors have the Nuggets.
Hmm.
They have the Grizzlies as well. Oh, the Warriors don't have an easy schedule as well, so they might still fall. I
Right.
want to see what the Nuggets are.
Yeah.
So
Nuggets
if
are
we
five
look
and
at
five last 10 games, so they're kind of inconsistent.
I think I want to make a prediction. So I think the Lakers end up at I think they end up at 4. I think that's probably what they want.
Or
And the reason why I say that is, and I again, first and foremost, I hate this practice. I hope that this is what they're doing.
mm,
I believe that they feel that they can probably match up with the Thunder better with this lineup
mm,
compared to someone like, let's say, the Rockets
yeah,
or the Nuggets.
or the Nuggets.
I would think that they probably wouldn't want to face those two teams unless it's in the conference finals.
Right.
So I'm not sure if they're really tanking to stay in 4th or 5th spot because let's say, okay, come on, Memphis is an easy out for them, right? It's not
Yeah.
it's not as hard as anybody else in
Sounds
the team.
difficult.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
OKC is again they've been able to handle OKC, but that's with AD. So,
Right.
but let's given the fact that you have Luca now, who's going to provide you a lot more playmaking and shot
Mhm.
making, I think they have a good chance against OKC. Um, as long as they're able to somewhat handle the inside presses of that team,
Uh,
which I think they should be able to do. It's not going to be as hard for
Right.
them. So I think if I were to make a prediction, I think they end up at 4.
4. Yeah. I think I will echo your prediction, and yeah, and I mean, given the circumstance of the other teams in the West, looking at their record, looking at the schedule, um, yeah, I think yeah, I mean, I don't expect them to, I don't expect them to collapse and and like go sub 500 on these last 8 games, but I think yeah, I think fourth
Yeah.
is a pretty reasonable prediction as to how the playoffs are gonna be for the Lakers.
Let's see. Let's see what happens there.
Yeah.
But speaking of the Lakers, we talked about this last week. I think I still want to continue
Uh-huh.
this discussion. So we talked about this. I don't even want to call it. I think is it beef? Do we want to call it that? This feud
It's probably
between Stephen A. and
it's
LeBron.
escalating. Well, one thing's for sure, it's escalating to a beef.
I think it's starting to get worse. To be
Yeah.
honest,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so let's frame this a little bit. Let's just put this into perspective a little bit. So, we all know that Stephen A. Smith is one of those guys who uses controversy to fuel his content.
He's
That's
not
been
gonna
there forever.
he's not gonna sugarcoat anything too.
Yeah, he's known for his rants,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's why I enjoyed listening to him in the first place.
Yeah.
That's how he rants about players. I mean, talk about it how you want. How you want it. Was it respectful or not? You're not even thinking about that. Are we saying? But as far as it being entertaining, it's one of the most entertaining things on ESPN. I gotta say,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? And now, Stephen. So we all know how Stephen A. does business,
Right.
but let's frame how LeBron does business.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
LeBron isn't someone who's just gonna do things because he wants to do them.
Yeah.
He's the type of person who will do things very strategically.
Mm.
Can we agree with that? He's not the type of guy who's gonna just go out and let's say do something spontaneous like
Right.
Stephon Marbury or someone like Ron Artest or someone like maybe even at this point Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards. Yeah.
Those guys are just unfiltered. They will say what they want,
Yeah.
and that's fine. We like it for it, right?
Right.
But
Yeah.
LeBron isn't the type of guy who's do that.
No.
Take note. He's LeBron is part of the Rockefeller family.
Uh-huh.
He learned how to promote his brand through Jay-Z,
Right.
right? And Jay-Z's brand is one of the most valuable things right now. I mean, look, he's associated with the high-end brands. He's associated with luxury art and all that.
Right.
How he came up, right? We knew how Jay-Z first came up in this game.
Uh.
Right? He was just
Yeah.
rapping about what rappers do, really.
Mhm.
But then he transcended into being more of I guess a
Mogul.
bougie rap.
Yeah.
If I were to put a label
Oh
to
yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah. He was gangster.
he's
And
gangsta
then-
rap.
yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about selling drugs and all that,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
That's one of his best verses. I don't know if you've heard about. Have you heard about well, I know you're not much of a rap fan nowadays, but did you hear
No,
about
so-
did you hear
so-
his
so-
verse
yeah.
on Monster?
On what?
On Kanye West Monster?
Oh. Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
That was one of his best verses
Yeah.
in recent memory, I would say. So okay, let me just read that.
Yeah,
We can't play the
Monster-
song because we don't want to.
The only thing about Monster is that Nicki Minaj stole the show in that song.
Yeah, I agree. That was
Like,
her
she-
breakthrough. I think
She took him out. She took him out. She took Kanye
That
out
was-
and Jay-Z out. Yeah.
she had the best verse in that song. I
Oh,
agree.
yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
But Jay-Z's wasn't too bad either. I mean,
Oh yeah.
look,
Yeah.
where's that? Okay. Okay, so I want to start with this. Sasquatch, Godzilla, King Kong, Loch
Yeah.
Ness, Goblin, Ghoul, a zombie with no conscience. Question: what do these things all have in common? Everybody knows I'm a
Yeah.
motherfucking monster. This is
Yeah.
this is the part of conquer, stompy, stop your silly nonsense.
Yeah.
None of you were the swampus.
Yeah.
See, this is the part. None of you have seen the carnage that I've seen. I still hear fiends scream in my dreams. You know what? That's just deep,
Yeah.
man. That's Jay-Z alliteration right there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it when Jay-Z is just rhyming off. You know, he's one of my
Yeah.
favorite guys in the industry. Really,
Yeah.
one of my favorites. We got to talk about this as rap fans. We got to talk about this eventually. But
Yeah.
Jay-Z's probably my Jay-Z's my top 10 MCs,
Oh yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I mean,
One of my
Eminem had a.
favorite
Do you remember Eminem's line?
from.
This was a song called "Till I Collapse." So he had a line there.
Yeah.
Reggie, Jay Z, Tupac and Biggie, Andre
Yeah.
from Outkast, Jada, Corrupt, Nas, and then me, which is Eminem. That's a shirt right there, man. That's a shirt right there.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. Those guys are in my top 10 list too.
Right.
So you got Reggie, Redman, Jay Z, obviously Tupac and Biggie,
Mm.
Andre 3000 from Outkast, Jadakiss,
Uh-huh.
Corrupt, and Nas, and then Eminem. That's a solid list right there, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Jay-Z came up from this street guy, right?
Yeah.
He started off as a street guy, and then he's now luxury essentially.
Right.
Just champagne, just Basquiat, and all the
Yeah.
luxury stuff. So
He's
I mean, LeBron has followed
rolling
that,
rolling his Maybachs and stuff.
right? Yeah, he came from
Yeah.
he came from lowriders to Maybachs, right?
Yeah.
So ranges. He came from Range Rovers to Maybachs. It's just
Yeah.
I think he's one of the guys who started that trend at the very least, who started mentioning it in rap songs. I know that he's one of those guys who started saying Cristal in songs too.
Right.
Right? He's the one to say, he's the one to pop in Chris and all that. He's one of those. Jay-Z was one of those guys.
Yep.
So LeBron has followed that same mindset, I think, in his
Right.
career. So
Yeah.
when he's promoting his brand, he's very low key. He's very
Right.
deliberate in his wording,
Yeah.
and he doesn't do anything by accident. And
And
if you watch if you watch the footage of LeBron talking, Stephen A.
Confronting Stephen.
Look. I'll try to find it, but
Yeah. Yeah.
at the end you can see that he was essentially looking at the camera.
Yeah.
There was a point there where he looks at the camera, or he's looking at the camera, whether he knows that person was filming but he definitely knew people were filming because it's in the middle of the game and he's talking to Stephen A. So, I wouldn't be surprised if that was very deliberate in him approaching Stephen A. in that game. Okay, I have it. Let's play it. Let's play it. I'll show you the moment where he essentially looks at the camera. So, okay, here we go. All right. So, there you go. He's talking, and this is. So you see the MGM thing there. So this is during, I think, the third quarter where they do the half court shot.
Right.
So you got LeBron there, Scott Brooks just watching, and I believe this is probably Markeith. And look at him talking. See? Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! See
Yeah.
that? Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! He's looking for the camera. He
Yeah.
knows someone is watching.
Yeah.
Therefore, he did this. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not an accident that this video became viral. Everybody knew that this was going to happen.
100%.
The moment LeBron probably found out that Stephen A. was attending the game,
Yeah.
right? And look at that face, man.
Yeah.
He knew that someone was watching. And oh, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you watch that?
Yeah.
You saw what I did? Look
Yeah.
at that. He's just. It's Stephen A's not going to do anything. They're in the middle of the game. You know, it's a horrible idea for him
Right.
to actually just do something there.
Uh,
And he even talked about it on the show. He said that his new contract was just announced, and then here he was at this game, and all this happened. So I mean, this is very deliberate, and the fact that LeBron also went on a media tour after this is very deliberate as well. So let's write down some of the stuff that he said. Right. So he went on Pat McAfee show and essentially was an in studio guest too. Okay.
Right.
He was an in studio guest. He talked about a couple of things. Number one, he says that he finishes reading the books that he reads. So LeBron has this it's a meme at this point where LeBron is pictured reading a book,
Yeah.
but it's only the first page.
Yeah.
So you can look at photos of LeBron online, LeBron reading books, and
Yeah.
then it's just
It's just the first page. Yeah.
so he says that it's actually just the first page. Here it is. Here it is. It's so funny, man. So see if you see LeBron, he's reading it. He's usually the first. It's again. This is all very deliberate. It's not an accident that he's pictured reading these books. These books, right? So
it's just image creation. You know, it's
is this the Hunger Games? Oh yeah, these are the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
It looks like this is a book about. I think it's about Malcolm X.
Uh-huh.
And then you got another one here. If you look at it, oh, here you go. What's this? Catching Fire. Oh, he likes the Hunger Games. That's cool.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the same Malcolm X book.
It's the same Malcolm X
It's
book.
the same one. It's the same one here.
Same one. Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Really? So this is. I don't know when this is probably during the pandemic.
The bubble. Yeah.
He has the same book, man. When was this?
Yeah.
Okay. See, there's a meme about it. He's reading Godfather here. So it basically says that he reads the books that he's pictured reading. Okay, fine. And then he mentioned something about Brian Windhorse, which I think it was pretty pointed. He basically said that Brian Windhorse acts like they're best friends when he's not. But Brian Windhorse has covered LeBron since high school, really.
Oh, yeah.
They're both from the same high school.
Mm-hmm.
And, he was just, again, you can say that he rode his coattails, that's fine. But if you say that Windhorse isn't a legitimate journalist, you're on crack, really.
Oh, yeah.
Because Windhorse is probably one of the most respected analysts out there on ESPN.
One of the best and one of the most respected, yeah.
He is. He has a lot of sources, and
yeah.
There's a reason why they keep him next to Stephen A. Because Stephen A. is the one that does it for entertainment.
Right.
Windhorse grounds him a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, also he said that Giannis could score 150 or 200 in the 70s.
In the 70s. Oh yeah.
Which is, I don't know about that. So, I'll say so. LeBron said Giannis could score 250 points in the 70s, and he said that he, meaning LeBron, can play in the same era.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't want to get into eras talk. What do you think? What do you think about that? Okay, so given the fact that how physical the game was back then, how do you think LeBron would have fared in that era?
All right, I love watching old clips of the NBA, the 80s, 90s, Magic and Bird. By the way, speaking of nostalgia, coming from this Laker fan, the Celtics documentary on Max is great. Celtics,
you gotta send me a link to that. I think I heard about that. Yeah,
it's still ongoing, and they have a new episode every Monday. But so far, the way they've done it, and just the way that they framed the Boston Celtics as like a legacy. I love the Lakers one. The one they showed on Hulu. That's one of my favorite.
That was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing.
Legacy, yeah. But this one though is also on that level, like the Celtics documentary, like the way they would frame like the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and but going back to my point, if we're talking eras, I do watch clips of the 80s NBA, the 80s and the 90s, and Magic, Bird, Detroit Bad Boys, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one common thread I see in comments? The one common thread I see in comments is, "Oh, LeBron's not gonna be able to play in this era."
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna cry once the bad boys start fouling him. So, I mean, he granted that with his again LeBron LeBron's talent is cross generational.
Yep,
That's for
I
sure.
agree.
He he's one of the most gifted athletes of all time. Period.
Probably, I mean, probably next to Will. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I would say that. Yeah.
yeah. And I know he could probably he could score like he's probably gonna be able to score like 30 or 40 in the 80s in the 90s. It could
Yeah.
happen, but the mindset is some probably the deciding factor there. I
Right.
mean, numbers are gonna be numbers, but
Mhm.
how's he gonna take a hack by Bill Embiid? How's he gonna take a hack by Maurice Lucas? You know, how's he gonna
Did you
take a hack by Charles Oakley? You
did you
know,
see that? Did you see that photo of it was Jordan. I think he was trying to block a shot by Chris Mullen,
uh,
and he ended up kneeing him in the face as
yeah,
part of it.
yeah,
That's the kind of basketball that happens
yeah, yeah,
in that era,
yeah,
right?
yep,
So I mean, it's kind of I absolutely hate the discussion of eras just
right,
because
yeah.
there's so many differences in how
There are so many. Yeah,
life is back then.
yeah,
Really, I mean,
yeah.
look, you, LeBron says that okay. That's one of the things that LeBron debunked as well
Mhm.
was that the rumor that he spends $1 million a year in this body. Fine,
Mhm.
but the fact is, sports medicine in general has progressed so much more
Oh yeah,
from this time to that time. It's
yeah.
unfair for someone in the previous generation to compare themselves to someone from this
There
generation.
probably
It's just
wasn't
two different
such a
things.
thing as scientific sports medicine back then, like in the
Yeah,
70s. All you lift weights, you know, and that's it. Like there wasn't really any, I don't know, but correct me if I'm wrong, but there like when you talk about sports medicine, you're talking about it in a holistic sense, like sports medicine, sports psychology.
yeah,
All these are courses that you see now in like these are programs that you see now in schools. But and I know for a fact that like back in the 70s there wasn't such thing as like sports science or like sports psychology.
yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
it's just two different things, right? And
Hmm.
the fact that uh, their bodies, he's playing amazingly for 40.
Hmm.
Okay, let's throw that argument out there.
Yeah.
As far as longevity goes, no one's. I
Hmm.
don't think anybody's gonna touch LeBron James.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
Maybe in another 20, 30 years, maybe I
Right.
don't know. Someone, but as far as a freak of nature, genetic freak, really, there's no
Yeah.
one There's gonna be like LeBron James as far as playing
Yeah.
at this age because at this point in people's careers, they absolutely suck,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And I still remember back then when Jordan came back with the Wizards that
With the Wizards.
everyone was just, oh, how is he doing this at 40? How is he
Yeah.
still this good? Because I remember, I think there were only a handful of 40-year-olds that played in the NBA at that time.
Mm.
I can remember two off the top of my head. So Robert Parrish, number one,
Irish, the Chief. Yep.
and Kevin Willis
Kevin
played until he
Willis.
was 40 as well.
Yeah.
And they were horrible. But
Yeah.
that's
They were
they're
done.
40,
Yeah.
they're
Parish on the
40,
Bulls. Parish on the Bulls was done.
right?
Yeah.
But Jordan at 40, he still looked great. He didn't look like Jordan,
Yeah.
right? He didn't look like three-peat Jordan, but
He still
the
dropped
fadeaway
50.
was still there.
Yeah.
He was still there.
Yeah.
But LeBron just blew that out of the water with how he has looked,
Oh yeah.
and he's playing at I believe an All NBA level,
Mhm.
still at 40, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So I would definitely agree. He could definitely play in an older era. I just don't know how effective he will be with the physicality there,
Or
because
it's not even the effective. It's like how's he gonna respond?
yeah.
Yeah.
So is he gonna have that hard nosed mentality that all those players have? Because I remember the fouls. They're really hacking you in the head. There's this
Yeah.
photo where Jordan was driving and some dude had his hand on his head.
Yeah. Man.
It was just
And
it
they
was
wouldn't
just
call a foul.
it's not a foul. That's the thing.
foul.
It's not a foul.
Not even
Right?
what was that? I don't know if you. This is like a clip from way back, 1970s, where It was that series between Portland and Philadelphia, Bill Walton's only championship. There was a fight that broke out in game two. I think
Oh
between
yeah, I remember this. I saw this. Yeah,
Maurice Lucas and Daryl Dawkins. Like
Chocolate Thunder,
as
baby.
soon as yeah, as soon as Lucas like smacked Chocolate Thunder, both of them like, and then so there's a classic photo. Both of them like square up, like fists up, like let's fight, let's do this, like that's just how hard nosed the game was back then.
I mean, and it's fine, right? They here's the
Yeah,
photo. I can bring it up. It's just this is they're describing. I remember Jordan
classic.
Clarkson doing this same. I have the photo right here. I can
Yeah,
show you.
but now
This
that
one, this one. Look at that. Look at that.
easy. Yeah,
Look at
but
that.
nowadays, like and it shows how the game has changed. Nowadays, that would merit suspensions. Back then, probably just a technical at worst.
I mean,
They still
probably it
play
was just a common foul too.
Yeah,
And it's good that they've removed this from the game. Don't get
yeah,
me wrong, right?
yeah,
But
yeah, 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 yeah.
what we're saying is just like how the world has evolved,
Yeah.
basketball has evolved as well. So
Mhm.
it's two different games. I don't. That's why I kind of hate, and that's why I say that LeBron is a goat as well. Is because you
Mhm.
just can't compare him and Mike. If I were to rank it, you put a gun to my
Uh,
head, I will always say Michael Jordan is number one.
yeah.
But I wouldn't be.
Mhm.
It's not a wrong answer if you say LeBron is the goat. That's
Uh,
just how it
yeah.
is.
I
So
mean, yeah. Mhm.
So
True,
yeah,
true.
that's one of the things he said basically on that
Mhm.
Steve episode of Pat McAfee,
Mhm.
and Stephen A. responded really. So he mentioned that it kind of got to a point where it just got personal. I don't
Mhm.
even want to go into that. It's just
Yeah.
I don't want to bring that into this. It's just
No.
a horrible look for both the
Yeah.
NBA and ESPN and
ESPN, yeah.
sports media in
Mhm.
general, to the
Yeah.
point that Adam Silver himself mentioned that you know we appreciate what the media's role is
Yeah.
and the NBA's role is, but this doesn't look good for both sides. And I
Yeah.
agree. I,
It's
I
gone
think
to a point. Yeah, it's gone to a point where it's just completely unnecessary now at this point.
it's taking away from the game. Really,
Yeah.
they should look at the root of all this. In my opinion, is very valid.
Mhm.
Right? Stephen A. Smith is criticizing a basketball player in the NBA
Mhm.
who just happens to be the son
The
of
sun.
LeBron.
Yeah. Mhm.
So LeBron, man, you're the one who put your son into this situation in the first place.
Yeah.
No one said, no one else wanted to draft your kid because of your kid. Everybody wanted to draft Bronny because they thought that LeBron was going to go with him.
Yeah.
It came to a point where Rich Paul himself told everyone, "Don't draft Bronny.
Don't draft him. Yeah.
Don't get him.
Yeah.
If you want LeBron, don't get Bronny."
Yeah.
And all of this came from the fact that LeBron himself said, A, he wanted to play with his son,
Yep.
and B, his son was better than some people on League Pass. This is all LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
No one put a gun to his head to say all this. He said it himself. And again, he's a proud dad. I get it. I
Yeah.
just took my kid to a dance competition this morning. They won. I'm so proud. I'm really
Yeah.
proud. Right? I get it. I get where
Yeah.
LeBron is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, your son is a professional now. This
Yeah.
is part of the deal,
Yeah.
right? Regardless of how you see the media covering stuff.
This is not like a school competition.
No,
This
you're
is
the one who put him here in the
pros,
first place.
Yeah. It's a job
This
now.
I forgot which movie it was. I think it was I don't know if it's a song. This is real fucking life, basically.
Yeah.
That's this is what it is. This is
No, it's
LeBron
not,
has
it's
to
not, it's
back
not a
off.
movie. It's a Wu-Tang Financial from the Chappelle Show.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It's a TV show. Yeah, Chappelle.
Yeah.
This is real fucking life.
Yeah. This
Verse
ain't
fighting
trading
bonds.
places. It's real fucking life. Protect your goddamn neck.
Speaking of which, did you see that video?
Yeah.
I want to show you this because I was really really disappointed
Yeah.
about when I saw this video.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this guy went around school, and there you go. I'll show you. This is on TikTok, and let's show you this real quick.
Right.
If I can get this to load. So there you go. Here we go. All right, let me just get this.
Uh-huh.
All right, all right. I am disappointed in the youth. I am disappointed in people.
Hmm.
But let's just share this real quick. I want you to see this as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So here we go.
Oh, 07. What did Wu Tang tell you to protect? Your heart.
Come on, bro. What the fuck?
Bro.
Coach Smith, what did Wu Tang want you to protect?
Protect your neck, flying guillotine till they come.
Hey.
1999.
Whatever. What did Wu Tang want you to protect?
Man, come on. Now, I don't even know what Wu-Tang is.
Oh,
Come on.
they're for the children, man.
What year were you born?
Wu-Tang's for the children.
Did Wu Tang tell you to protect? No.
Bro,
You
I
got it
don't.
wrong.
I don't even want
Man,
to.
you ducked me yesterday. We went on a field trip. Come on, man.
Oh, I should
your,
fuck-
your whole get up
Guys
right
on
now.
Tim's.
You look real New York, son. You know what I'm saying? You look real New York, man. 5 boroughs of death. You know what I'm saying? This is beautiful right here, man. Hey, look at that. Hey, nice. Listen, Dr. Patterson, what did Wu Tang tell you to protect?
Oh, come on, man.
No.
There's much more, but
Yeah.
you get the gist, man.
Yeah.
The only guy who got it was that second guy, the teacher, the white
The
teacher.
Yeah.
It's. I would say I'm really disappointed.
Yeah.
Please listen to Wu Tang, right? Please
Yep.
have a listen to the Wu Tang Clan.
Have a listen
They're
to
actually
the-
doing a tour this year. I think they have their final tour. After that, they're gone.
Return
really.
to the 36 chambers.
Dude, if they come here, I would want to watch for real.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know if they're gonna come here. But
Uh-huh.
but anyway, back to LeBron, right?
Yep.
This is, your son's a professional, right? Stephen A has all the right in the world to criticize Bronny. He can't really tell a journalist to not cover shit.
No. No.
That's his job, man.
Yeah.
That's literally his job.
Yeah.
I get it. Stephen A sensationalizes things. I get it, but come on, man. You're better than this, and you should be a pro about this.
Yep.
I know he's your son. I know you're a good dad. No one's questioning that. But yeah, it's just a horrible look, really, for the league,
Yeah, it is.
and it's just hopefully it dies down soon. They get
Yeah.
all their content from that, whatever,
Yeah.
and it's just getting sad.
Yeah.
Look, Bronny just had a great game recently.
Yeah, yeah.
I still think he retires with his dad. I still think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But you gotta enjoy it as it comes, and he's
Yeah.
doing a good job. Let's give it to him. I don't think he should still be on a guaranteed contract. I think he should be on a 2-way. But it is what it is.
Yep.
As long as it keeps LeBron happy,
Yep.
as long as LeBron plays well, I really don't care.
Yeah, I mean, bottom line is, like with the situation of the Lakers, like, and you can see what, that horrible sequence against the Bulls. Like, I mean, bottom line really is like for the Lakers, it's still a case of where LeBron goes, that's where you're gonna go.
Exactly.
It's still that way, as long as he's gonna be there. Luka is their, Luka is their X factor right now. Luka's their trump card. But yeah, it's still at the end of the day, it's still they're still a team that's gonna go where LeBron's gonna go.
For sure, 100%. Right? It's about if LeBron shows up, he's lazy, low energy. They're probably going to lose that game.
Yeah.
It's a foregone conclusion at this
Right.
point. That Bulls game showed it. That Indiana game was
Indiana
I
game.
think it was a lucky game, but
Yeah.
LeBron was horrible in that. Right?
Right.
He was
Until that
bad. He
buzzer
looked
beater.
slow
Yeah.
and lethargic.
Mhm.
If he plays like that, it's going to be a tough
It's gonna be tough. Yeah.
postseason.
Because he at the end of the day, he's still the heart and soul of the team. So, like remember the Titans. Attitude reflects leadership. So, if
You know what? I've actually never seen that movie.
yeah, it's
I haven't
one of
watched
the best. One of the best.
I gotta see.
sports
Okay, I'll
movies
take you up on that.
ever.
I'll watch
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
It's speaking of movies. Speaking of
Yeah.
movies, are you do you watch a lot of these Marvel films? What's your take on that one?
I know
Have you watched them
they've been churning out a lot of stuff. I'm still, I haven't seen a lot of Marvel movies like recently.
What's the last one
Um,
you watched?
oh my gosh, wow.
Did you at least see the Infinity War
Oh yeah, yeah,
Endgame?
yeah, yeah,
Did
yeah,
you
yeah.
see those,
Oh
both of those?
yeah, the that early generation of
Yep.
MCU movies. Yeah, yeah, definitely saw that.
Okay,
Saw those
so
Black
the
Panther.
reason why I asked is
Uh,
that I don't know if you know, but okay, so I'll just frame it right. I
uh,
watched these movies religiously. I loved it
yeah,
when I first saw Iron Man.
yeah, yeah,
When I
yeah.
saw, it was because at the time, right, there was no film franchise yet that kind of had
Yeah.
this interconnectivity really
Mhm.
between films and
Yeah,
universes. You knew that they were playing inside the same universe, which is really cool.
yeah,
It's like watching comics in real time,
right.
is what it is.
Yeah,
So what happened recently is that so they're currently filming the next Avengers movie,
right.
which is
Doomsday. Yeah,
Doomsday,
yeah.
Avengers Doomsday. So obviously they've
Mhm.
announced RDJ coming back
Right.
as the Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
So you haven't watched the recent movies, right? Do you know
I
what
think
kind of what
the
the
last one
theme
I
it is
saw
right now?
was I think the last one I saw was whew, movie. I think probably
Did you see
Doctor.
the Spider-Man one?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Spider-Man No Way Home.
yeah.
Okay, so the concept that the MCU is playing at right now is
Mhm.
the concept of the multiverse. Really,
Yeah, the
that
multiverse. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're integrating all of these older franchises from
Right.
other studios because
Yeah.
they own the rights to X-Men now. They
Fox.
own the
Yeah.
rights to Fantastic Four.
Right.
They own the rights to Daredevil, which is I don't
Right.
know if you watch a Daredevil show on
Uh-huh.
Disney Plus. It's a great show. I love
Mhm.
it. Daredevil's one of my favorite characters out there, so it's good for it's
Mhm.
great for myself as well. So what they did recently was they put out this. So I think it was this was probably Thursday night in your time.
Uh-huh.
It was Friday. Oh no! It was Thursday, our time. So Wednesday night
Yeah.
in yours. So at the time, the only confirmed cast member for that story was Robert Downey Jr., Doctor
Yeah.
Doom.
Yeah.
So they went out, Marvel went out, and this is probably one of the weirdest announcements I've ever seen.
Uh-huh.
Right. So what happened was they put it a live stream.
Yeah.
They were showing some sort of studio. And they were inside a studio,
Mhm.
and what they did was they put app. I think it was this in. They would put those actor chairs with the name on them. I don't know what it's
Yeah.
called.
Those
So they
yeah.
put I don't know what the term is for that, the movie term, whatever. But
Mhm.
they'd put one of those chairs every, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes
Right.
of who the cast members were.
Uh-huh.
And take note, this is a live stream, right? It's
Yeah.
live, right?
Yep.
People are watching this, and they
Right.
would wait 20, 30 minutes for each chair to come in.
Yeah.
So the first was they put the normal ones there. So Chris Hemsworth,
Yeah.
Thor, obviously,
Thor,
he's going to be
yep.
returning.
Mhm.
You got Anthony Mackie,
Right.
aka Papa Doc.
America. Yeah.
He's turning as Captain America,
Yep.
and then you got the new guys. You got the Fantastic Four and whatnot.
Right.
Here's the thing here. So all the X-Men guys are returning. So you got the whole Fox X-Men
Hugh
cast.
Jackman.
Well, that's the thing. He didn't.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman wasn't on that list yet. So you
Oh,
had Rebecca Romaine,
Right.
Mystique.
Miss
You
Mystique.
had Patrick Stewart. You had Ian McKellen, and then you had
Beetle.
Cyclops, the guy, the
James Marsden.
Cyclops, James Marsden. He was in the Sonic movies now.
Yeah.
So they're playing on. I mean, for those who probably read the comics, they know that this is leading towards Avengers versus X-Men.
Right.
Looks like it, but the fact that they revealed it for
yeah.
5 hours. This is a 5-hour
It's a
video
5-hour
of
live
each
stream.
chair coming
Oh my
in.
God.
Imagine, dude. I just watched a minute and I was done. I just waited for the whole announcement.
Uh-huh.
What do you think about that kind of rollout? Would you even be right now? You just told me that you don't watch these movies anymore, and I kind of understand
Well,
it.
it's not
because-
that it's not that I don't watch them anymore because I lost interest. It's just I don't have time. It's just they churn out so much stuff. Like if you look
Yeah.
at my Disney Plus watch list, everything is there. Like I want to get into Falcon and Winter Soldier. I want to get into Luke Cage. I want to get into all of this new stuff. They're churning them out
Yeah.
repeatedly. But again, I am a fan. I'm a huge fan. My favorite is Captain America.
Nice.
Always been.
I
And
didn't
Iron
know
Man.
that.
Yeah, and Iron Man. But like 5 hour live stream. I mean,
Man, who
yeah,
who would
dude.
want to watch 5 hours, man? Did you even have 5 hours of time right now to
I'm a
watch?
fan, but I'm not that big of a fan.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
watch it. I just saw Ian McKellen's name and I was like, oh, okay, this is what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
That was it.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it was a weird rollout. But yeah, if I were to suggest, I would get you to watch Daredevil
Uh-huh.
first. I
Daredevil,
would
okay.
get Daredevil in Disney Plus. It's
Right.
such a great series. It
Uh-huh.
kind of flows into
Uh-huh.
the rest of the shows there. But if you were to watch just one,
Uh-huh.
I would just highly suggest Daredevil and the Punisher.
Right. I'm looking
That's
at the
probably the
cast
one.
right now. Like, yeah, that's a pretty solid cast, you know. Like just looking
And
at it,
the
it's
thing
like, man,
and the
yeah,
thing is, they haven't really. They came out with a statement saying that
uh,
that's not it because
it's not everything. Yeah.
there's gonna be more for sure. I
Oh
mean, I
yeah.
think this is
Yeah.
gonna be one of the biggest movies
Uh,
coming next year,
uh,
and the cast
you got
reflects it.
you got Magic Mike playing Gambit.
Yeah, man, he's back. He's back.
Yeah,
You
Magic
should-
Mike is back.
dude. Come on, he's one of the highlights of that movie. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, of
just
course,
just not
definitely.
just take away the memes.
Yeah.
Right? He was just
Yep.
seeing him play that character on screen.
Yeah.
Gambit is one of my favorite characters. Did you have you watched the X-Men 97?
Oh, I saw the first two episodes.
You have
Yeah.
okay. So look, this is I'm not gonna spoil it, but you have to watch that series. Come back to me, and you realize why seeing Gambit on that movie, on the Deadpool movie,
Yeah.
just made my day. It's
Nice.
it's all connected. Trust me,
Yeah.
you're gonna love it.
It's all connected.
So-
basically, yeah.
Speaking of okay, so I know you have a PlayStation, right?
Uh,
What games do you usually? What
I'm
games are
playing-
you into right now with the PlayStation?
Okay, I'm playing 2K25 right now.
So it's mostly
just
sports
'cause-
games?
Yeah, I play Madden. But if anything, if it's not sports, I have unfinished. I have unfinished files on Hogwarts Legacy.
Great game.
RDR2. What else? What else am I playing right now? Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Yeah.
Can I recommend a game for you?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Would you mind?
Yeah.
I would suggest, and I don't know if you've watched the show as well.
Uh-huh.
And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because the second season's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Right.
So, have you played The Last of Us yet?
No,
Like,
not yet. But I heard that.
okay.
I heard it's
So-
pretty good. Yeah.
If I were to recommend any game to anybody, at least on the PlayStation, right?
Right.
I would play those two games.
The Last of Us 1 and 2.
All right. Have you seen the show yet? Did you watch the show?
I haven't seen the show. Yeah.
Oh, you're coming in fresh. Okay, so stay away from this new season. Stay away from everything about. If you're interested in playing the game,
Uh-huh.
I would suggest you stay away from the season.
Mm.
Either you watch the first season, or you play the games, because it's just they're basically Last of Us is, and this is coming from a personal space. It's just one of those games where it sucks you in. It's not the most complicated game out there.
Right.
It's a very very cinematic game.
Yeah.
It's not an open world kind of experience, but
Uh-huh.
it's like you're playing a movie really more
Right.
than anything.
Yeah.
It's well written.
Mm-hmm.
The cast is great. The story is just amazing. It starts out as a zombie thing. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's the premise of it.
Right.
In the simplest terms, but
Yeah.
it's more than that.
Mm.
It's probably it's one of the games that if you own a PlayStation, you have to play it.
Mm.
You definitely
Yeah.
have to play it. It's just
Okay.
that great.
Uh,
Season 2 is coming up soon. That's why I'm mentioning it.
uh,
So, I've been playing a lot of single player games recently, and that's
Oh.
one of my list. I would highly suggest you do it. Try
Awesome.
and
Yeah.
try and play The Last of Us. It's
Uh-huh.
just great. I mean, Pedro Pascal just
Yeah.
did a great job
Yep.
with that character. It's amazing, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Nice.
spoil anything.
Yeah,
It's just
okay.
too good.
I'm gonna start on it. Yeah.
I'd rather you watch the show
Uh-huh.
at least. Try to catch the first season before the second season comes, because it's I'll just frame it for you real quick.
Yeah.
So I usually try to replay games every once in a while, even though even the first person, even though
Yeah.
the story ones.
Yeah.
I just replayed Grand Theft Auto 5 recently,
Oh yeah.
right?
Well, that's
I
a
played.
really cool storyline. Yeah.
Yeah, and I played it so many times just
Mhm.
because it kind of makes me feel that I'm in LA.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the way the way they recreated
Yeah,
everything is
it's
amazing.
great. Yeah. Yeah.
But The Last of Us is a game that even
Mhm.
though I love it so much,
Mhm.
it's hard for me to replay it.
Replay. Yeah.
It just hits you on an emotional level
Oh.
that would just
Uh.
it leaves a mark. It leaves a
Yeah.
mark. And the second one, the second
Mhm.
game of that series is
Uh-huh.
just I played it when it first came out.
Yeah.
I haven't played it since. It's
Oh,
just
wow.
it hits you hard. It
Yeah.
hits you really hard.
Wow.
So there's a lot of controversy with that game. I don't want to get
Uh-huh.
into that, but
Uh-huh.
I would suggest that if you have some time,
Uh-huh.
go play those two games. So
Uh-huh.
The Last of Us
Got
Part
it.
1 and Part
Last
2
of Us, uh-huh.
should be on PS5 for you to get if you have the time for it.
Got it. Got it.
I think it's a 30,
Right.
30 hour, 40-hour game,
Uh-huh.
really, each of them.
Yeah.
So if you just want to get through the story.
Mm.
But again
Yeah.
the TV show does a very good adaptation of it.
Yeah.
You should be able to if you don't
Right.
have time to play it, just
Uh-huh.
watch
Got
a
it.
TV show.
Got it.
You should be good.
Awesome.
Because
Nice.
there's a lot of good TV coming up
Uh-huh.
soon. I've been watching Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Uh,
Andor season 2 is coming.
oh yeah.
Yeah, one of the great season
Andor
1
was
2,
great,
and then
yeah.
obviously
And there was
Last of
great.
Us
Mando-
Last of
Mando
Us
was
Part 2
great,
is
yeah.
coming up soon.
Yep.
So it's an amazing time.
Mm.
Okay.
Right.
Let's wrap this up. I want to talk about your we didn't get to your second part of the trip. Let's do that
Oh,
next
yeah,
week.
yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I want to hear
Japan,
about
yeah.
that. But I know we started this late this week, so let's cut it very close. But
Yeah.
anything else? That's pretty much it. We're looking at the Lakers schedule again.
Right.
They're going to be playing.
Mhm.
They just won 134, 127.
Yes.
Dude, Austin really has
Austin
been amazing.
Reeves, bro.
He's been
31
great. 31 points, 10
Yeah.
out of 10 free throw merchant.
Those- Yep.
But
Luca
So
near triple double for Luca.
I mean, that's how it has been, right?
Yeah.
He's definitely in the groove now. I think
Yes. Yeah.
he knows how to play with this team. It's
Uh-huh.
just a matter of how healthy can they get in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Because I know they're gonna make some.
Jackson Hayes only 2 points, 17 minutes, 5 rebounds, but it's plus 3.
Well,
Yeah.
the fact that he was going against Zach Edey,
Yeah.
I kind of get that.
Yeah.
You had Jared Jackson Jr. and Zach
Uh-huh.
Edey inside. It's gonna be hard for him to get points.
Right.
They probably took away a lot of the lobs that they usually get. But I mean, look, LeBron played well.
Mhm.
Luka played well.
Luka played
Austin
well,
played well.
Austin.
That's what you need. That's
Yeah.
the base.
Yep.
As long as you have those three playing well,
Mhm.
you're in fight.
yeah.
You have a fighting chance. And
Yeah,
Gabe is just looking
Yeah.
great.
Yep.
So, Lakers are playing the
Fine.
Rockets
Right.
in they play 2-3 days. Yeah,
Mhm.
so they play at home. They go home.
Right.
They're gonna play the Rockets, and right now
Right.
it's looking like they're entrenched in that fourth spot.
Mhm.
Denver is one loss ahead. There's
Yep.
still a good chance for them to end up in a 2-3 spot, but I think with this one, it's probably solidifying their hold on the fourth spot.
They're old, yeah.
The interesting thing here is that if Memphis keeps losing,
Mhm.
the Clippers might move to fifth.
Yeah.
We might get the Battle of LA
Yep.
eventually again.
Mhm. Never happened.
So that's-
That's never happened in the playoff series.
It's kind of interesting, right? Because
Yeah.
they've never been good both at the same time,
Yeah.
right? It's always been the Lakers have been good, the Clippers bad, or when the
Like-
Clippers have been good, the Lakers have been
Because of
horrible.
that. Yeah.
And the last chance I believe was at the bubble,
Right.
but the Clippers choked.
Luca.
Luca
Yeah.
Magic. So
Yeah,
we
Luka
could have had
Magic.
that, but we might have that. I think that's probably. I mean,
Mhm.
look, that's the matchup you want. If you can't get the
Oh, yeah.
Dallas Lakers matchup in round one, that's
Uh-huh.
the next best thing. You have the
Yeah.
Battle of LA.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So we shall see what happens next.
All right.
But that's probably gonna be us for this week.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
see you guys next week.
Yeah.
As always, please don't forget to follow us on our socials. and I will be having some more time next week to just edit through some
Alright.
stuff. So I hope to get some
Cool.
clips out on YouTube, our YouTube channel, and maybe post it on Facebook as well.
All right.
Follow us on those. They should be somewhere on your screen. And any parting words?
Yeah. I mean, we just gotta get some form of consistency. But we'll see what happens. I'm excited for that Rockets game.
It's gonna be good.
I want at least get steal one from OKC, at least one.
I think there's a good chance. I
Yeah.
think there's a good chance. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. We'll see. I think they're definitely gonna. If I have more confidence in beating OKC than Denver right now.
The Denver.
If you ask me,
Yeah.
I think with a full strength
Right.
Denver, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
OKC, I think they can. Given the fact that they're young,
Hmm.
it might be the Lakers might have a little bit more chances there.
Right.
But that's it for us.
All right.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you, and see you next week.
Take care.
Cheers.